Good morning. I just realized in this second that I'm wearing the exact same sweatshirt I wore in the last video, but such is life. I am out in the small garden, which has been pretty hard by some frost. This is October. Where'd he go? There he is. This is October 14th, 15th. Today's the 15th. And I just want to document this. 15th of October, still going, well, sort of. Some of them are. I just have ripped out about everybody and been saving seeds or what have you. I'm about to milk, but I wanted to show you somebody. We found this little guy. Hi, honey. He was under our porch, and when we found him a couple days ago, 4 days ago I think now, he had one eye open. He was a little guy. He's still tiny. We left him out all day just in case his mom came back, and he was just on our porch and he just kept staying there. Good boy. And so we've been really taking care of him. He's been fortunately enough the first night after we knew his mom wasn't coming back for him, we snatched him up to the house and fed him gave him some milk, our raw milk, we didn't do any formula or any of that. I did my research on it, and a lot of people I don't want to hear anything negative about it because it's working amazingly. The raw milk's been doing really good for him. I read online a bunch of dairy farmers, they say when they find abandoned kittens hi Ping. When they find abandoned kittens, they just give them their raw milk and it works great for a formula substitute. So we had it on hand. I was worried about him the first day, and then 2 days ago he just started thriving like beyond. He just had no issues. So today he's gotten so big. He was like toddling around. Come on. Come on. Come to mama. I thought I'd bring him a safe spot because he's still really little. Come on. He's little. I thought I'd bring him into the big garden because he is now able to climb up our big porch steps. And normally we were able to keep him on the lower deck and he'd stay pretty safe. And I just tell all the boys, hey, we got a kitten down there. And so they would be very careful. But now he can get up on the porch and get close to the door we all go in and out of. And he's so little that, look at him compared to my hand. And he's grown so much this week. So he's been thriving so good on Mia's milk. And the boys have been so good with him. But he's our new little farm animal. So we've been keeping him inside and feeding him milk. And the boys have been so good about getting up early and feeding him. And I'm pulling the night shift, and he's been doing so good. He's so healthy, and each day he's getting bigger. And I brought him into this garden because it's secure and he can't get out while I milk, and he needed some outdoor time, but I think he's good. We needed a name for him, and Trey jokingly called him Ping Pong, and I was like, oh, that's the stupidest name I've heard. And guess what we keep calling him? Ping Pong. So right now this is Ping Pong. He's so cute, isn't he? He's been doing so good. So I better go get milking. The garden cleaned up a lot, and my good friend Kathleen's been cleaning up a lot and coming. And the only thing we really have going in here is some kale, which got one of the boys left the grate open and the deer ate it down a few weeks ago. And then the calendula is doing really good still. Yep. And the kitchen is doing good. Oh, we come outside and play. I came outside, I gotta get a bucket. I'm trying to get my milking going because I need to. But these are the steps he can climb up now. So that one is understandable, but these ones are big and he can do it now. So he just has free access to everything all around the place, which is a little terrifying when he's that tiny. So I took him to the garden. Then he got freaked out by the chickens, which I understand. He's tiny. They're huge. While I'm out here, I thought I'd show you. We've been harvesting our fava beans. And yeah, we've been getting a lot of seed from them. So I have a bunch going in there. Those fava beans, I should take you out to see them later, but they're like growing really strong. And they like died off. Now they're growing back from the root. And I think we've just had a really mild, well, September we had a cool week where it was pretty cold, but like October it's been warm and we've been in the 80s every day. In the mornings it's bitter cold. We'll have a fire, but then by the afternoon we like have a fire in the wood stove, but then by the afternoon it's so freaking hot that it's summer. So a lot of plants are still in good. We haven't been getting any rain. It's been very dry fall, which isn't unusual, but it looks like next weekend, so the 22nd, we'll get like a cool down, and it looks like we'll have a few weeks of rain then, which is good. We are still not able to like burn debris or anything, and it's been dry. It's been a good year though. It's like not nearly as dry as it's normally been with all the rain we had this summer and spring, which has been good. We also have a giant truckload of hay, which we need to unload and get the barn ready and really secure it down because deer are also a problem for the barn. So for eating our animal hay, and hay's expensive, but we paid $3.50 a ton, which we need about 8 ton for a year, 8 to 10 ton a year. I think I overfeed though, but we are on a dry lot, so we have to feed basically all year long with hay, so you have to understand that. But we got half of what we need for the year now, and then either in December or early next year we'll get some more. Our barns aren't the greatest, needs a new roof, needs all the things, it's just a lot. It's on the list. It's been on the list for 2 years, but it just keeps getting booted down to the bottom. And we're like, oh, it can make it. Well, I don't think it can I think it'll make it one more winter, Lord willing, but I don't think it will make it beyond that. So we have to get the roof on it this spring or summer or next summer. We have to do it. It's the list. That is what's going on. Gotta go milk my cow. I'm avoiding it because it has been so bitter cold, but it's warming up right now, so it's a good time to go. She's not overly starving, or she would be yelling at me right now. She can hear my milk bucket, like if I didn't wash it the night before and I'm washing it, the handle hits it. It's super loud, and she'll start mooing at me when she hears me washing it. So I know she's not crazy hungry if she is not mooing like a psycho, which she's not. That's the bonus about my cow. She lets you know her feelings. So if the boys are feeding her and they don't do it good enough, she'll tell on them. This hay we got, the hay price has gone up, but we've been going to our hay farmer for years, and my parents have been going over a decade, and we got some really good quality hay. It's what he had on hand, and he had like a bumper crop this year, so we got third cutting hay. And if you know anything about hay, first cutting's like cow hay, which is what we needed or what we could use, but then third cutting's like fancy horse feed, and we're just feeding it to our dairy cows. But our hay farmer is the same guy that he delivers to Tillamook Farms or Umpqua if you're local, and some other small dairies, and he's right down the road. When I say right down, it's like a 35-45 minute drive, but that's right down the road from us at least. And so we're getting stocked up for winter. I feel so much better having hay. It's on the trailer. It'll be in the barn this weekend though. So hay in the barn, wood in the shed. We were talking, this is just a chatty video because I haven't talked to you guys in a while. I was telling somebody, I was like, I just feel like a real adult because our wood shed, the wood is stacked really nicely and it's like secure. And Trey's just taking the time to do it really good. And I just remember when we first got to Oregon, and this is our first time having a wood stove, and we would just throw it in the woodshed, not really stack it. Then our stacks would get sloppy and they'd fall down. And now I'm like, wow, we've made it. We got a good wood stack. So feeling like a real adult with the stacked wood, looking good. You always see these pretty stacks and you're like, yeah, they must be retired or their kids are out of the house. They just got it going on. Well, now I have a really pretty wood stack. Yep. Anyway, fridge went out. You're going to see a fridge. We look like hillbillies. That's all right. Fridge went out. We had to get a new one. I got really sick, and the boys all got sick. which is good. We got it done with. I'm still a little bit recovering. Sucked the energy for a few weeks. And now getting back in the swing of things. The boys have all been learning how to milk. They've all wanted to. It's not a chore that I have put on them. They do have chores. It's not when I put on them, and they all decided they wanted to. And now it's becoming like this special time I get to have individually with my boys. And when I was sick and had zero energy, they were able to milk for me. I would come out and check on him. And Trey he actually had a week off, and I got really sick, so that it worked out, and he was able to monitor everybody. And Mia's been doing so good. I built another stanchion. It's been good. It was rough, but it's been good, you know. So my boys are getting old enough to be able to milk, and my oldest is responsible enough to make sure she gets milked out all the way so she doesn't have any mastitis. That's been a big praise report, because since we've been separating our calf for the last 2 months, we haven't given her mastitis from irresponsibly milking her. She can get it. You can get it other ways too, but I feel like if we weren't doing our job, she would get it. Like, she had it this last fall, and it was because the calf wasn't eating from that teat, and I didn't realize it, and I should have done my due diligence. So, lessons learned. But now we're rocking and rolling. It feels like we're having a good fall. Been busy, been sick, but it's been so good. And the harvests are coming in. The onions we haven't harvested yet, and it's, like I said, it's mid-October, which is unusual. Normally I get my onions out by into September, but it's been a warm summer and they're still going. Well, they're starting to flop now, so they're turning brown. Done? Okay, let's go. All right, I better go milk. Let's go. There is one of the small, simple things in life is watching your cow get fresh, delicious ice cream hay. That's what it is. It's ice cream hay. It's just top quality. I have been diligently trying to keep up on keeping the yard clean, the pasture clean, with 3 boys that help out with chores and play, and is a ongoing job. So every time I'm out here, I'm like, okay, pick up that piece of garbage, pick up that piece of garbage. You ready? Gotta get the chickens feed. So we got the chickens fed, pigs fed, the cows fed. Oh, here comes Mama. Are you coming to say thank you, Mama Mia, for your ice cream hay? I don't know if that's... What you doing, girl? We have to fill up the cows' water. It's one of those things, farming. Oh, you got plenty, but it is frozen. I get it. Very thin layer of ice on it this morning. It's pretty low. It's not low. Oh, I left the garden gate open. I'm the irresponsible one today. Ugh. So the solar, we run our second well off solar, which is for irrigation and animals. Oh, I'm glowing. And it does really well in the summer, spring and summer, when the sun is over here. But we have a bunch of pine trees that are super tall that block the panels. And even if we took all of ours down, which I don't really like doing, the neighbors, which are right next door, have a bazillion pine trees as well that block the panels, because they're on top of this little barn here. We have 8 panels. We have a serious irrigation pump. It's probably a little too big for what we need, but go big or go home. So we're gonna actually move our solar panels. You see this, it's closer to the, it'll be closer to the garden fence. And we will move those solar panels actually pretty soon. In the next few weeks we'll get it moved, because we have like an hour in the morning where we can use these panels. And I hooked up a battery in here. I don't know how to do it. I need to get my dad. He's better with solar. I need to get my dad over. Might need a second battery. And we just really need to figure this situation out, because we can't be dealing with this. Also, if we move it lower and not on the roof, I had to get up on the roof in the winter last year, which wasn't fun. Getting the hose. Let's see if the solar's gonna work. Oh, she's working, and she is powerful. We got ice in the hose. This is closed. That's no good. I gotta take it off. Okay. The hose got the water going, and it is working good right now, folks. and then it was frozen. The hose was frozen. So banged it around, got it going. Well guys, that video ended abruptly because I dropped my phone in the water trough. So it's fine now. I'm filming on it now. I'm about to go film another video harvesting onions, but I thought I'd sign off so it wouldn't be so abruptly ended. You're gonna see this weird, it's actually not hot. That is hot wire because our calf has been weaning for the last 2 months. Maybe over 2 months now. We've been milking twice a day, but she this past week discovered I didn't have a hot wire thing over the water trough. Turn it off, the source is not working. I didn't have a hot wire thing over the water trough because I didn't know if she would be so tricky, but she is. She started getting it back in with her mom. She wasn't nursing, but I have seen her in the last few weeks try, so she's definitely not completely weaned. And she went through the water trough. So we had to put up a faux fake out wire, and she's trained to hot wire, so she respects hot wire that's not on. I don't like to do it very often, but desperate times come for desperate measures. I didn't want to have hot wire over the water on. Just sounds like a disaster. So anyway, there's a little quick update, or there's a little ending to this video and a little update on farm life. And yeah, so I'll catch you guys on my next video, which will be the onion harvesting video, which I'm filming right now. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye guys. Mia, is it so tasty? Is it the tastiest hay in the whole wide world? Also, it has been several days since that last clip, but the hay I had talked to you guys about, her milk production has already gone up. It's been 3 days, and we are getting probably a quarter of a gallon to a half a gallon more than what we've been getting. So it really is ice cream hay.